ask who the hell's Phil Heath unless you're in a gym. Nobody knows who Phil Heath is, so it's pretty disrespectful. And for his day, Arnold, okay, he didn't have the most massive legs, but the legs he had and the calves he had. When Phil Heath retires from bodybuilding, yes, he's won a few Mr. Olympias. People in the sport will be like, yes, Phil Heath's done this, but then he will be forgotten. Whereas Arnold will not be forgotten.
If you don't like how someone looks, don't invite them to your show.
I was going to ask you about the latest controversy in the bodybuilding world and Phil Heath's comments about Arnold's
legs. Yeah, that's pretty disrespectful, wasn't it? You know, it's like, okay, he's won a Mr. Olympia a couple of times, Phil Heath. He's never going to be an Arnold. He's never going to, you know, Arnold brought bodybuilding to the mainstream. You know, you can go anywhere around the world, or everyone knows who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. You go around and ask who the hell's Phil Heath unless you're in a gym. Nobody knows who Phil Heath is, so more people know who Lee Priest is, and I've never won the Olympia, so his comments were pretty disrespectful. And for his day, Arnold, okay, he didn't have the most massive legs, but the legs he had and the calves he had were pretty good for his body, so, you know, and to me, Arnold's physique still looks better than Phil Heath's. Heath's might be a bit blockier and freakier, but you know, to make comments like that's just totally disrespectful. I didn't beat Phil Heath too in the best arms in the history of the sport. If Arnold was born in this era and had to compete with the guys today, with Arnold's mentality and his work ethic, I think he'd still be Mr. Olympia because he would do what he had to do to be the best today, if that's the case. If Arnold was around today, training for the be Mr. Olympia, he would beat Phil Heath.
Yeah.
Because he would do what he had to do to beat Phil Heath, because to me, he has a much better work ethic and, like I said, mentality than Phil Heath will ever have. So and he's got more charismatic, and more, like I said, people will like him a lot more. And Phil Heath, I've heard from a lot of people, is losing a lot of respect just due to his arrogance and the way he is. So when Phil Heath retires from bodybuilding, yes, he's won a few Mr. Olympias. People in the sport will be like, yes, Phil Heath's done this, but then he will be forgotten. Whereas Arnold will not be forgotten. Simple as that.
How would you address the comments that Arnold Schwarzenegger made at the Arnold about the, you know, bodybuilders having big waists and so on?
I think what the new fan did was attach themselves to that comment way more than the people that have been in it a long time. This is nothing new. He said something that our president, you know, I mean, come on, like Jim Mangan used to talk about this the whole 10 years I've been pro, we've been talking about this issue. The one thing I have to address to Arnold and everybody else, who won the show? Dexter Jackson won the show. So Dexter Jackson was the epitome of aesthetics and all these other things, but yet if you don't like how someone looks, don't invite them to your show. And it's just the way it is. So next year, maybe it's smart that if I were doing it, I would say 6 weeks out, 3 weeks out, you're going to send your invitation again, and you're going to send some photos that is going to go to some people, that is going to be a close-knit group, selected group that he selects that says, if this guy has distension already, I don't want him at my show because that's my product. And I don't blame him for being upset, but you're inviting them to your party. I'm not going to invite them to my party. It's not like the Olympia. I mean, you had to earn your way, and if they mess up the prep, that's on them. But this is an invitational, so I advise those people who run the show to remind these athletes, like, hey, you're not looking right. I mean, I'm not here to like throw shade on, but I think at the same time, you guys have to understand, like, when someone of that magnitude, Arnold Schwarzenegger has done a great job for our industry, bar none. But what you guys have to understand, what he means is he doesn't want the other guys that are placing lower do that again, because that is his product, right? So he's trying to protect the brand, of course. I mean, come on, like all of the judges, I think, got it right at the Arnold Classic. I think they get it right at the Olympia as well. They're doing their job. They're marking down the guys who came in. I'm not even going to throw names out there. Y'all know, like, the guys that came in with the distension did not place well. So all that stuff does not really apply. So you guys got to stop with this whole, like, who's aesthetic, who's not, because the guys who are winning already have it. It's the guys that don't get on their ass on their social and say, hey, man, you play 7th, 8th, 9th, get your gut right, get this right. But I mean, come on, you talking about the top 3 guys in the world saying us to get it right. We're already top 3.
Yeah.
Talk to these guys. They're the majority, actually. They're the guys trying to come up. Tell these young cats that are trying to get up there. The same young cats that they were talking about how they're going to do something had distinction too. So it's not the top guys. It's the young dudes. It's ultimately it's an invitational show. Don't bring their ass to your party if you don't want them looking like that. And that's coming from Mr. Olympia, because I don't want to see a bad product either, because it obviously affects us all.
Will you ever compete at the Arnold? If you're invited.
That's what I was going to say. I haven't been invited. I haven't been invited. You guys, if you want me to do it, if you guys want me to do it, seriously, there's a couple things that have to take place, and they're going to say, oh, it's the
More
money.
prize money.
I'm going to ask you guys a simple question. Would you do the same 40-hour job or a 50-hour job for less money? So you have to think, like when I get ready for the Mr. Olympia contest, it's taking me 15 weeks to do Olympia. I'm going to win that prize money, right? Within 6 weeks, I have to do tours. No time for nothing. Then in December, I have to get right back on it and go do it for half the money. I don't know if you would work 40 hours a week for half the wage. So I would love to do it. I did it in 2013 because I wanted to beat those same guys that won't do the Columbus show, because Kai hasn't done it, and I did the Spain show to beat him again. You know, Ramy hasn't even done the Columbus. So a lot of guys still have to do it. And I'm not trying to deflect.
Sure.
I will do the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic if there's certain conditions that would be met. I'm not bigger than the industry by no means, but I have to make it worthwhile for myself as well.
It's your opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, if I don't come in right, you know, they're going to say, well, if I don't come in even better than the Olympia without any rest and don't look the same, you guys are going to say that I was off and I shouldn't have deserved it. So, yet, I was still better than them. So, it's kind of like it
You got more to lose
there's
than
more
win.
to lose than gain.
Yeah.
So, they have to make it to where I gain something. And I don't really expect people to understand that mentality because they're not walking this life.
You said Arnold's in your top 5.
Yeah.
Okay. You look at this, what do you think about it? You and Arnold?
Well, I'm in a lot better condition, but Arnold just got so big and got so much shape, you know, so great a shape, you know.
Greater shape.
Yeah. Arnold would have been by far the best bodybuilder ever. Nobody didn't touch him.
You're not even holding back saying that.
No. Look at that shape.
I got it.
Look at that chest. Nobody got that, even in the day. He got the biggest chest ever. And if he'd have had our stuff, I look like a little boy standing next to him.
If he had Chad, if he had your nutritionist.
Yeah. And the technology, yeah. He'd have been by far the best thing ever put out on stage.
No one close to him.
No one close to him.
Lee Haney's not close to him.
No.
You're not close to him. If he had a Chad Nichols today.
No.
That's the highest level of compliment you can give
Well,
to
look
him.
at that, though. Look at that. Ain't nobody got nothing like that no more.
That's respect for you to be able to give it the way you do.